with us from foundation to finish. Come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hosford's.
This is not a drill. Liat Air's 30-day advance sale is live right now. We're talking prices so low, you'll think we made a mistake. Spoiler alert, we did it. Say hello Barbados, hello St. Lucia, hello Antigua. Book 30 days ahead for ridiculously low fares across our Caribbean network. But hurry, seats are filling up like last roti at lunch fast. Visit www.flyliatair.com or call 1268-713-5428 today. Liat Air, pride of the Caribbean.
A pleasant good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to the regional and international diaspora. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to today's edition of Island Sea. It is the 19th day of March, 2026. Just to remind you, we're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40, Facebook, YouTube, as well as we are on your FM dial at 98.9. Our local numbers, if you wish to bring something to the fore or join in on the conversation, 466-0989 in the U.S., 1305-921. 4619 or 1718-285-6984 in the UK 0333440065. Folks, Quint is back in the house. I know he stepped out for a bit, but we have Quint back with us this morning, and I just wanted to start off this morning on the local scene just to wish those of you celebrating a happy birthday or an anniversary, a promotion, whatever you're celebrating. Enjoy, do it decently, and as I said, for those of you with birthdays, eat your cake, work out later. For those of you who would have lost a family member, friend, condolences on behalf of us here at winnfm. To the young lady, Miss Gums in Nevis, continued condolences to the entire Nevis Island and her family, her debating team members, and everyone that she knew and touched in the short time she spent here on Earth with us. As we continue along, I just want to play this. Let me play it right here. So it says, St. Kitts beach bar owners likely to defy government order to leave. So here goes.
The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party-led federal government of St. Kitts and Nevis issued a directive to beach bar owners on South Friars Bay to vacate their bars no later than midnight, Tuesday, April 7, 2026. According to the government's information service, SKNIS, the order comes in support of a major tourism development and is taking place in the context of one, the bar operations are on Crown land or private land without permission, and two, Owners were notified of their need to move since November 10th, 2025. Nevertheless, the order is not sitting well with bar owners. One operator told SK Newsline, their survey shows they are not on private land. Additionally, a view is held that the government gave permission by not attempting to remove them 20 years ago. In short, they are not giving up their location. Speaking with SK Newsline, John Francis, owner of the Godfather Bar on South Friars Bay, confirmed the government's offer to assist in finding locations elsewhere, but indicated the beach bar owners were not inclined to move.
What do I do? I've got 17 years here. What am I going to do with that? My problem is the smallest of the three. What about shipwreck? What the hell is shipwreck going to do? Even hurricanes can't move shipwreck. You know, shipwreck has moved his bar physically 3 times. His bar used to where the ocean is now. His bar was in there because of the seas and the tide. He's moved his bar 3 times physically. You know, it's only nature can really move shipwreck. So are we going to move? I don't think so. They come with backhoes. People will raise up against it. People will protest. There'll be a huge protest. I've said to people many, many times, South Friars Bay conversation will be the straw that broke the camel's back. I tell you, I talk to the people in the street, in town, at my bar. People are very, very passionate about South Friars Bay. This is the first time I'm actually publicly saying anything about this in many years. I'm sorry, actually, when they first talked to us like 10 years ago, I did actually do an interview. But the people, they're the ones that are generating all the power. And the power is resistance. I don't have to do anything. All we got to do is just sit here and stay. And let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
According to Mr. Francis, the issue is more than relocation, hence the reluctance of bar owners to move. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
And there we have it. And I see a next blogger was talking about fixing the roads, etc., etc. And he said that the dirt road is what makes it, excuse me, so authentic. I also saw various comments under the post about the government relocating the bars of persons that will have come here year after year and frequent shipwreck, persons that live here, that frequent shipwreck as well. I mean, persons that move from the UK and live here. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Sunrising Curtains here. And did I hear you say Quint is back?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Grand Rising to you, Quint. Welcome back. Now, Catencia, I appreciate the clip you played, but permit me to just share my interest in what the Prime Minister, Dr. Drew, when he was on Freedom. Now, I've been questioning, can we afford over 100 or under 100 citizens on a world tour? You know, when I listen to the Prime Minister saying he's taking our people to here, there, on a world tour of the 5 continents, can we afford this? I mean, how many of us knows who is going to finance these 100 or under 100 citizens on this world tour? You know, I mean, did our Prime Minister pause and thought on his words before coming to the public and uttering these, you know, initiatives? Can we afford this? I mean, are we just quiet on this because, you know, like I said, well, I'm not in the Prime Minister's circle. And like someone said, you know, those that are close are the ones that are going to agree with it without thinking. But questions need to be asked as to how can we afford it. Now, Cortensia and Quink, yesterday I mentioned what the court in Belgium is, you know, taking action against this former commissioner of the European to court for, all that our late leader, Patrice Lumumba, endured. A couple of years back, I remember mentioning it on this same station that they sent back a tooth of Patrice Lumumba as the only piece of his being back to the Congo for them to bury as a proper form of burial. This is not the time for we to know and remain quiet. And while the former king, the present king, of Belgium, might have agreed to send back a tooth Hortensia, a tooth, they cut up his body and they placed it in acid. And that was the only thing from a human being. And here we are, Hortensia and Quint. I'm sure Quint might be aware. Hortensia, I'm not being disrespectful to you.
That's okay.
But we have work to do. We have work to do, guys. Now we probably, I said already that we cannot come up against them as an individual. CARICOM and Africans globally on the continent. Why am I calling for our unity, guys? I mean, when you have to take action. Are we saying that we're going to go up against them with guns? No. Because words is power. Unity is power. But we remain fragmented. We remain divided. And as such, we are being manipulated. This is painful. I am not weeping like that. But I am seeing them for who they are. And like I've said, guys, we are divided, we are killing ourselves, and we are hating ourselves. When we start loving ourselves, guys, they become irrelevant. And it don't mean that we hate them. I mean, Trump been saying America first. But why can't we say African first? Within our space. I just want to get that in because I have to go to work this morning. But, we need to find out from the Prime Minister who is financing this trip on this world tour. I just want to get that out there, Hortensia.
And the question was asked, and I think the in between the lines answer was government, but yeah, there was no clear indication, so we can't say for sure if it is government. Quint, did you say anything about that? I know you're not into social media, but did you hear or see anything about that 200-man plus trip or 100-man trip?
No, I did not.
Okay.
And that is very interesting because it seems as if the Prime Minister isn't learning. He just insistent on doing the same thing and it gets no result. And this now is a bit of arrogance as far as I'm concerned, because it's like it's in your face now, because with all the traveling that he has done, we've not seen much, or if anything. So what is this world tour going to do now? What is he going to do? Say the same thing he has said before? That, well, I have to do this because when I go, I make sure that I bring back results. What results? And why this big entourage?
Well, it seems like some of the entourage might be citizens. So the trip is on Saturday, I think.
And that is another thing again, where our citizens compromise the advancing of the country for their own individual pleasure. And let's look at that clip that you played with John.
Mm-hmm.
I must commend him, and I hope, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope, because our people keep disappointing us over and over again. I hope that these bar owners will unite. Let the government do what it feels it has to do. I mean, look, our Prime Minister says he's going to take us on a world tour. We didn't ask for it. We don't know what it's going to bring. Then we hear people who are doing doing business locally are going to be displaced. We hear the term crown land, and all that we're seeing is neocolonialists, and we are seeing neocolonialism now from a black perspective. Our own people now are implementing the laws of neocolonialists that were supposed to keep us down as a people. I expect and I hope that they will stand on their grounds and let us see how arrogant and blatant the government is, and let them. I agree with him. I agree with him 100%. And I'm amazed that, well, not really so much amazed, because he spent a lot of his time living in England, so he has a different kind of mentality, because he knows when you want things out there, you got to stand up for it. It seems that is a message that our local people don't seem to understand. They seem to think if you want something, you sit back in a corner and you hope the government gives it to you, and all they do is kick you. You understand? So I'm behind them 100%. You can't be just moving people up and down using this crown land. What is crown lands? You know what crown means? It means imperialism, the British imperialism. You need to change all this nonsense. So you're coming now as a black people, and this is what Agard said the other day. You know, because of classism and tribalism in Africa, some of our people sold us out, and now the same thing is happening. Our people are selling us out. And imagine, you know, the people, for years growing up, I used to hear the Labour Party talk about they were the grassroots for the people. And now this same Labour Party seems to be completely opposite now. It seems as if it is on a vendetta to destroy that grassroots.
Caller, good
Hello,
morning.
caller.
Well, I already said when John came in on Friday, I was going to ask him how he felt about it, because tomorrow is his day to come in studio. But as I said, the local blogger said they don't have a problem. They don't mind going on the dirt road. Yeah, they said they're going to pave, they're going to do all of that. And then the variant persons that visit the island and the persons that live on the island that are not originally from here but live on the island as well, they are complaining. This is what people look forward to. Some people call that their church where they go and they relax, they enjoy, they have their drinks with their friends. That's where they commune together. And I mean, it's been around for a long
we're
time.
seeing hello caller. We're seeing a trend here that we've got to be very careful. It's the same trend the United States is using with the world. And if you allow it, as the old saying goes, you give them an inch, they take a yard. Give them a yard, they'll take a mile. And these very same people who are supposed to be our leaders will put us back into servitude and enjoy a little bit of leisure for some time until the people who they give the empowerment push them in a corner also. Hello, caller.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank
you. I differ slightly in terms of I don't see anything wrong in the road being fixed, to be quite honest. Okay?
But that's what makes it authentic.
No, I think the guy itself has an authenticity of its own. Okay, not the road, trust me.
And I agree with you on that. I hear what people are saying about the roads, but people need to be able to get there in a comfortable manner. It's going to damage your vehicles over time when rain and go ahead. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yes, and it is, even if they were going to fix the road, there's no reason why the bars can't. Why this deadline all of a sudden? There's no reason why until the development happens.
But didn't they have a deadline last year?
and what has happened since? Nothing in the area.
No, but I guess they were trying to get them to move.
Like I said, this is a Trumpism move. It is a move to intimidate you, push you out, and once they get that done, who else? Look at what happened with that guy who has his marina. You understand? This is what I'm speaking about when I speak to the trend. You're killing local people, and at the same time we're hearing about SSZ.
This is our local government.
That's
This
what I'm.
is what
That's
I
what
don't
I said.
understand. They bend over backwards trying to please people coming in from outside at the expense of locals, right? That is what I don't understand. Those bars could have remained there until they're not on the footprint of the development, as far as I can see. They could have remained there. They could also have been incorporated in whatever development plans that they had, and the owners over there given first preference to an updated beach bar experience or something like that. But you're not getting any of that. Just go, just get off of there.
At the same time, you see how they're compromising and leaning with this SSZ, because the last I heard, the Prime Minister was saying that Nevis has the autonomy to do what it wants, which means that he, like Pontius Pilate, he's washing his hand, trying to wash his hand of the whole thing, when he knows very well that he has the final say. He knows it. And then here's another thing. We're hearing about this 5% or whatever people have to pay in, and people don't
No,
see.
they're not paying in. They're supposed to get that out of it. So that's why they're going to start to give them $100 US per household once the agreement is signed.
Yes, thanks for that correction there. But you see, all it is bait to get you to buy in, and this tells you, you see how long this has been up. And you see when they started, and I said, you see this artificial intelligence thing, and it is a sprat to catch a whale, and it is playing itself out. If this was so authentic and had all the merits, then we should have been seeing more. Up to now, recently I heard Mark Brantley, right, Mr. McMahon, and he was speaking to the issue with the war in the Gulf. And he was very articulate. He did his research, and I couldn't find anything to say, well, okay, he was wrong. But how is it when he's dealing with his own people in Nevis now, he doesn't do any research, and to date he has not come to us and tell us the benefits that SSD will bring to us. But he could tell us that if the Strait of Hormuz or whatever is cut, how it's going to affect electricity and all those things.
That's the thing. The things that we can control, right? We seem to be content in going backward, right? I just don't understand it. I can't understand how our government constantly fall for these things. It goes. It's beyond me, to be quite honest, right? I mean, that's the classic definition of a neo-colonialist.
To me, it doesn't. It annoys me, but it tells me that they are Oreos, they are Oreo cookies. They look like us, but they are not really like us. Hello, caller. There's another caller. Hello, caller.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Quint.
Yes, good day.
Good morning, Quint. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Quint, you're on the ball, as per usual. Good morning, Mr. McMahon, on the other end.
Good morning. Good morning.
It was not designed this way, Mr. McMahon, but there are some commonalities of interest that we both have, and call it whatever, we can be considered to be a team for the rights of our nationals, for the rights of those who doesn't really have a voice, and so this is pertinent in terms of the contribution. Two things, Quint and Hortensia. There's so much at stake. I did wrote a little piece on my own little circle about the relocations of those persons over at South Friars Bay, the Godfather, Discovery Bar, Shipwreck Beach Bar and Grill, those there. And, on the western end, one proprietor have the whole swat of that beach for himself. And on the eastern end, the Discovery, Godfather, Shipwreck, Beach Bar and Grill. There were one or two others, but they're not operational as we speak at this moment. And it is amazing to see that words like cohesive is being used. The crown land aspect as opposed to the private land aspect of it. And the government could not have been flexible in terms of their diplomacy with foreign investors to say, well, boy, you know what I mean? For the fact that we're going to relocate those people to other beaches, Cockleshell Bay, back into Frigate Bay, are you telling me you want to just sanitize Friars Bay and relocate people? And what is the prospect of you relocating people on the same crown land or private land, because Cockleshell Bay, those areas are owned? To what? To disrupt them 10 years down the line, 4 years down the line?
You understand? That is a good point, because that is just what I was thinking. They just want to keep you tippy-toeing here and tippy-toeing there, as opposed to letting your local people feel comfortable in a viable business environment.
And Quint, I can assure you, that name, Shipwreck, will be taken over by the resort and be promoted when Shipwreck, the conceptualization of the Shipwreck, came out of that brother from Nevis who came over here. I know him very well, and struggled and persevered to establish that. I was there Sunday last with 8 guests, and we had was to come back.
I want Mr. McMahon to come back in, because that point that you just made about Shipwreck, Mr. McMahon, look at it. Here's what we're seeing. We're seeing a young individual who is doing a boating thing, and we're seeing where people might have looked at where he's reached and decided that is too good for him now, so we want it, so you got to move. And we're seeing places like Shipwreck and other places, people look again, they come here. Be careful when they come and they visit and they look, smile at you, They look and they say, they whisper to our leaders, they say, we could do some great things there, And our leaders, the slavish mentality that they have, they acquiesce to them every time.
And Africa is correct in what he just said. He would not be surprised that they don't take over the Shipwreck brand, call it the new Shipwreck or something like that. That is what they do. That is exactly what...
But that could have legal implications, because Shipwreck is not theirs.
When you
That's
have people...
That's what I was alluding to, the brand. The Shipwreck brand has been established.
Brand, yes.
There was a time when Shipwreck struggled to be where they are today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just take it over.
Look, let me show you an example. Let me show three of you an example that shows how they take over the things that we do, and they get help by our own people to do it. You remember BET? You remember Black Entertainment Television?
Yeah.
You see what they did to that? They brought it over, and then you see what happened to it no sooner than they brought it over? Now, if you go on the internet now and you want to get music, they have a lot of sort of compilations put together. And the thing that irritates me, if I go and I click on the internet and I search for soul music, I'm not going to get soul music from a majority from a black perspective, I'm seeing what we call pop or soft rock in the place of our music. This is what they do. They just blatantly feel they have a right to what we initiate.
Look at how fortunately, reggae was too strong, I think, for them to take over. But look at what happened to some of those groups, like even Third World, that went
did crossover, did what they call crossover,
Yeah, they lost their. I mean, overnight it's like they lost their appeal.
Yeah.
Right. But what really saddens me is the fact that the government, this is a Labour government. You
That-
would not normally associate a Labour government with these kinds of moves, right? And it just seems as if we've gone full circle. I don't know how it happened.
Let me
I
tell
just
you.
don't know how it
Let me
happened.
tell you something. If this Labour Party continues the way it's going, they're going to strengthen PLP, because PLP. You see what the leader says. He says it's the real Labour Party, right? And if they continue like this, they're going to authenticate what he's saying. If he's smart, he's going to make sure that his brand counters whatever they're coming with, because whatever they're coming with right now is not for the grassroots people. So go ahead, Labour, continue down the vein you're going, and if the leader of the other parties is smart, he will capitalize on it.
But
It's
there are
not
clips.
I'm not saying that I want that to happen, but I'm sending out a warning.
But I've
No,
since seen.
it would be unfortunate if it happens, because I mean that is not consistent with the history
Of the
and
Labour Party.
appeal of the Labour Party.
Yes.
It just isn't.
It isn't.
Right, but yeah, I don't know how these guys just got sucked in to I don't know whether it's the money or lifestyle or whatever it is, and it's almost unrecognizable now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a real shame. Sorry, Cortensia, you were saying?
No, I was saying I've seen clips from the now opposition, that will be PLP, talking about getting that space ready for development too, because remember, apparently this development is in work for years. So I don't know if anybody's different.
Well, that is a good point, but like
Yep.
I said, remember I said if he is smart, he will counter what they're doing. So he's in the vanguard right now, and he's looking at what is happening. And if, for instance, this implodes, what is he going to do? Come in and do the same thing?
Yeah.
That will be stupidity. He can come and do the same thing, but he'll be cutting off one of his legs.
Yeah,
So
but none of them differ. All of them do the exact same thing.
I
'Cause in-
hear you, and I
Excuse me.
agree with you. But what I'm saying, Mr. McMahon and Africa, is when you have opposition, it will be wise for them to see the trend that is happening and adjust themselves. Don't you think?
Well,
they
I am very
definitely
critical
can't be the same.
when it comes to
Okay, if
political
they're the same,
party,
people gonna-
be it the governing administration, whatever, because I know I was critical with the former administration, the Team Unity administration as it was called. And I would have been confronted, I would have been approached in the general public by staunch Labour supporters like, yes, I like how you're jamming them, you know?
Yeah.
But now that the table has turned and the Labour administration is at the helm, they are trying to tell me, take it easy, tone it down, don't be so critical and so forth. That is why I was invited by us in Edinburgh to come to the studios of Freedom Radio, so that he could kind of like, you know, use me as like a mop cloth, so to speak, you know? Because he think he has the wherewithal to say, well, oh, because he listen. He tell me he listen, and I know they listen. You know, and he's saying, well, this guy's voice is very effective. This guy speaks volume. So let me invite him to the studio and just use him as a mop cloth. And people told me not to go, but I said, no, I'm going to go. Until I know he would have tried something. That's when he turned down my volume, you know? And I say, yeah, it was time for me to exit.
Yeah. We want to take a commercial break, though, which is a bit
All right,
overdue. Any
okay.
last input?
One last thing, though. In
Yeah.
my view, as to the political Labour Party,
Yes.
the Labour Party is not the Labour Party that I once knew. At this present moment, there are so many commonalities with the Labour Party and the way the Trump administration is in the U.S.
Yeah.
So even the color code, they wear red. That's the color code.
Yeah.
You know, and so many other things.
Yeah.
What I think is happening, is somewhat like what happened in Jamaica, where even though they call themselves a Labour Party, they're really only so in name. They use the brand,
Yeah.
but really is a collection of personalities who are very cynical and are more concerned, not so much with the people, that's secondary,
Yeah.
more concerned with elevating themselves more than anything.
And the reason why they use the brand is because they know the history of the brand. They know the struggle of the brand. For instance, things like the Buckley's riot and so on and so forth. So they use that to buttress them, but people aren't seeing the same. Okay, we'll take a bit of a commercial break, and we'll
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, you're welcome, and we'll be right back.
Found the sound 98.9 winnfm.
Buster! We run things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
Tire treads gone? Going bald? Don't let this be you. It's time for new tires from TDC Automotive. As the month rolls along, buy 2 or more tires and get 20% off your purchase. Get more savings and safer driving for the roads ahead. Visit TDC Automotive today at Southwell Industrial Estate in St. Kitts or Penny's Industrial Estate, Nevis. TDC Automotive, number 1 for a reason. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while stocks last.
Build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
And we are back on Island T. It's just about 8:42. And just to remind you, at 9 a.m. we will have Sniper and social services. And once again, as I said, the topic yesterday was changing the age of consent. That remains the same topic today. So tell a friend, tell another friend that Sniper and social services will be on to discuss changing the age of consent at 9 a.m.
Caller.
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning to everybody again, and great once more seeing you again.
Yeah.
So I greet everybody in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners, from the sins and from hell by the gospel only, true faith only, according to the word of God only, and Jesus Christ being the second person of the eternal Trinity. Now, first of all, I would like to say, I agree with what you all have been saying concerning the removal of the bars and Friars Bay. I agree with all that you all have been saying, but as I've said before, you know, our opposition parties, different opposition parties, they're very incompetent because these are issues, these and other issues, including the issue that I've been mentioning concerning the restroom down the bus terminal, including that issue as well. You know, if they were competent and if they had really worked this out, they would have been capitalizing on these issues because these are issues that touch the people and are important to the people.
And I agree with you on that also.
Yeah, but it seemed to me that if the opposition, if they were to win, the win would not be because they work for it or because they were competent or anything like that. It seemed to me if they win, it would be by default because Labour messed up.
I agree with you on that also.
Yes. Now another issue concerning the PM taking about 100 people, somewhere around 100 people, on a trip to all the continents. Now he needs to be plain as to whether this is paid by the government, by others, portion by the government, and another portion by others. He needs to be very plain about this issue. Because, and from what Mr. McMahon said, it seems as though reading between the lines, he is saying it is paid by the government. Seems to be saying that, based upon what Mr. McMahon said concerning the Prime Minister's answer to his question concerning that issue. But the Prime Minister needs to be plain and outright and forthright with answering this particular question as to who the expense is going to fall on. Because ultimately, if it is the local, our government paying for it, then ultimately the expense fall on the taxpayer. The taxpayer have to foot the bill. Nothing is free from government. Despite what people say, nothing is free from government. The taxpayer have to foot all of the expenses of government in the final end. And so I find it that well, I would never agree with this trip. No time under any circumstances. I would never agree with it, okay? But at the very least, this is not the time for such. Definitely. If there was not a time for such, this would be not the time for such. Because things are expected and very shortly expected to get worse and worse because of this war in Iran if it prolongs.
And I'm glad you made that point too, because that is what we have to be cognizant of. And this is why we question, you know, how we see things playing out, and we ask ourselves how savvy our leaders are in terms of the world and how the world is being run, and the repercussions to us as a people. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are correct. And I would have thought that, okay, if you want to spend something as the government, if you want to spend on something, I would have thought that, okay, the farmers are asking for stuff. I would have thought that that would have been a much better investment than this trip.
Well, Greg, maybe the trip will include some farmers, let's hope, and they're going to Nigeria to learn new techniques. Because Nigeria does have a good farming community, which contributes to 20% of its GDP.
But this is a trip to all 7 continents.
But will it be the same persons though? Maybe this is just one of the trips to the. He said 5, not 7, 5.
5 continents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe this is just these on this trip. Maybe just we'll be going to Nigeria, and then the next set will go. Maybe there are persons that are allotted to certain trips according to what
But then if that is
parts
the case,
of society they benefit.
if that is the case, Hortensia, it then would mean, correct me if I'm following your train of thought, that they would go on a trip and come back and go again. And this doesn't suggest, this world thing suggests that you're going to go, and from the time you leave, you just start bouncing,
Hopping, okay.
you know, from
Let's
place
see if
to
that's the
place.
case.
Yeah.
Because all we know, they're going to do
Because
5
if it's going to be that you go and you come back and you go to another, it's going to be even more expensive.
Okay. Well, let's see if it's the same people going to touch all 5 continents.
Yeah.
Because it's not really.
obviously,
It's not pellucid.
well, obviously, okay, number one, obviously, that around 100 people, that ain't just about farmers. If farmers are going to be a part of it, because you asked the guy yesterday, no? And he come like he know anything about any farmer being invited.
And he doesn't know. He honestly said he doesn't know.
Whether or not
Exactly.
farmers are invited, you made the statement on no grounds whatsoever will you entertain it because it is not the right time.
Exactly. And like I say, if you want as a government to spend on something, I would have thought that, okay, you would have spent on things that the farmers are requesting right here now, rather than this trip. If you want to spend the money, which would not be as much money anyhow.
And bearing in mind also, Greg, that food security is national security.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So I think that the Prime Minister should rethink if it is that the government is sponsoring this trip. I think the Prime Minister should rethink it, and if he's determined to do it, put it off until some other time in the future when this issue in the Middle East is abated, and when there is more stability worldwide. But right now, no. Okay? Lastly, I would like to say, concerning this Middle East war, there is a theological underlining to it that the Trump administration is using. They are telling those in the armies, in the military, and other people as well that this war is going to bring in Armageddon, and therefore it's going to hasten the return of Christ, and people are going to be raptured out of the world. So, and the city war also of Gog and Magog, and so therefore, since this war is going to bring in Armageddon, and this war is of Gog and Magog, and therefore it's going to hasten the return of Christ, that the people should want it, because we want to see the hastening of the return of Jesus Christ.
And you think that...
they are using this.
And you think that... I agree with you. It's the if you listen to the preachers, but Greg, I'm 66 years old, and ever since I can remember growing up in the church and being able to see preachers from overseas, people like Shambach and what was that guy name who went into the brothel and they discovered him, the pianist. Anyway.
Baker, Jim Baker,
Swaggart, Jim Baker, all of them. If you go back in history, every time a war is coming up, they are like Netanyahu. Netanyahu keeps saying they are They're 2 weeks away from making a bomb. What these evangelists do, they say, this is just go back in the history. This is Armageddon.
You're correct.
Yeah,
you're correct. You're correct. And every time you had these ones, you see these prophecy books, they're just pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping them out.
It's part
Next
of their
thing,
propaganda.
the war ain't turned out as they predicted. And another war come out, and
they do the same thing
out
again.
Another set of prophecy books. And seminars and so on. And for all the wars, especially up in the area, they're just pumping out
what they do.
all of these prophecy books. And the wars, none of the wars are turning out as they say, and the Bible gets a black eye.
But you see, what they do, they know that people are passionate with their religion, and they know it's not going to play out the way. So all they do want to do is get you emotional, so they can use you for that time, and when it doesn't work out the way you thought, they just forget, and then when something else comes, they start all over again, and your passion gets right up.
Make the money again.
Yeah.
And they make tons and tons of money out of it. But in the end, the Bible gets a black eye because people are not reading the book to see that what these preachers and these politicians are saying, especially Trump now, in the long line of such, they're just talking pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. I hope there's a time when I would be able to better address this, but I guess I've spent some time now, so maybe another time we'll probably go into that subject a bit more to show how they're just over the years, over the decades, just pumping out a lot of nonsense wrongly in the name of the Bible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Greg.
And we do already have one of the individuals who will be here. You said 9 o'clock, right?
Yes, 9 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, we have about 6 minutes before. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Okay, we lost that. So back to the various topics that if you look at, for instance, if you listen to the world media and how they express things, when things are going the way they want them to go, they just bring you the news. They just bring it as is, But when things aren't going the way they want it to go, and they want it to go a certain way, then you find they have very strong opinions. You understand? They try to lead you in terms of what they say. They make statements that imply, the road down which they want you to journey and that kind of stuff. So we as a people have got to be very careful of the world media, because remember when this war started first, we heard Trump saying, "Oh, they're ready to give in. It's a matter of time," and and now he's speaking about weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. It's a whole different thing.
And then he's threatening them that if they don't stop bombing Qatar gas fields, that he's gonna bomb their gas fields in Iran. So we're gonna be in some serious trouble. Gas prices are up. I saw 3 corns in a crate from a video in Antigua from a supermarket, I won't call the name, for $34.95. So it's $11.65 per corn.
Oh, okay. Hello, caller.
Hi, good morning, Quinn.
Good day.
And welcome back.
Thank you.
I must say, the very first day you left, Clea was uneasy. Oh, my God. Queen. Oh, my God. But anyway, she fell in, and Choi held it down.
He held it down. He did.
So, talking about what Carpenter just touched, last night I had a conversation with someone, and they were telling me, like, two mackerel at home is $50.
What? I didn't know about that.
Mackerel.
Wow. It started already, boy.
We haven't
I tell her, well, mackerel seem like more expensive than lobster now.
We haven't seen anything yet. This thing is just getting started.
But on another note, Carpenter, Quinn, some time ago they had something called a Million Man March. What was that for?
It was to protest some of the things that were happening in the U.S. from a black perspective, and especially from a black man's perspective, because let's look at it is happening even now. One of the things that the colonialists have done from the very inception was to make sure that they push and marginalize black men. When they marginalize black men, women need mates. If you make black women feel like they're made because women are genetically wired to look for strong men. So if you weaken men, black men, and you make them look like they don't have any character, they don't have any ambition, whatever, black women are going to lean towards white men because they are the ones with the jobs, they are the ones who seem to have ambition and blah, 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 blah. It has not really worked because the black women, for the most part, has stuck with the black man. But that is the reason why they did it.
Okay, so the reason why I said that, because as I hear this thing about the 100-man trip, so that's why I asked you the question. We had a 1,000,000-man match, now we have a 100-man trip.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm thinking, like, I don't know if with them people traveling is anywhere close, but I would think with all them airstrike and this war, I would think, to me, that trip wasn't really necessary at this time, but I don't know. And I would like to know who the people going. Is there a list?
Not that we know of.
I would really, because last night I replayed it and I heard something about activities.
Mm-hmm.
And a caller mentioned something earlier about, it seemed to me like it's a joy, right? So it almost seems so to me. I mean, you could go on a meeting and have activities as well, but I don't know. I wait. This is interesting. And what Africa said about the Labour Party being almost similar to Trump, I said the very same thing to somebody. The other day. To me, they operate in the same way, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But I'm listening. So come in clear. I know you're happy this morning.
Yeah, so we're going to have to take a bit of a commercial break because we have our guests here already for the next program. So we're going to take that bit of a commercial break, and when we come back in, who will be in next, Hortensia?
The Ministry of Social Services and SCNIPA, as they speak on changing the age of consent.
Okay. So here we go. Let's hope that Simeon now will...
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
If you need protection, you'll need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you'll need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Tire treads gone? Going bald? Don't let this be you. It's time for new tires from TDC Automotive. As the month rolls along, buy 2 or more tires and get 20% off your purchase. Get more savings and safer driving for the roads ahead. Visit TDC Automotive today at Southwell Industrial Estate in St. Kitts or Penny's Industrial Estate, Nevis. TDC Automotive, #1 for a reason. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while stocks last.
Buster! We run things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste,
and we are back on Island T. It's just about 3 minutes after the hour of 9, and as promised, we have in studio with us Mr. Jalen Munzak. He's from Scanaipa, and Mr. Naren Maynard. He is from the Department of Social Services, and as I told you since yesterday, we were going to have this conversation. These two gentlemen will be speaking on the age of consent. So welcome to both of you to the Island T in the studios of Win FM. Just got tongue-tied.
That's fine. Good morning, Hortensia. Thank you for the warm welcome. I was telling you that this is my first time coming on Island T. I've been on other shows for WinFM, so I'm glad that I'm here for this conversation.
Lovely to have you.
Good morning. I don't think this is the first time I've been here. I've been here several times.
Okay.
Probably not with you, but with others.
Okay.
So I'm used to being on the radio, sharing insights and giving information in the ministry.
Oh.
All righty. So we see we have a newbie and we see we have a seasoned gentleman. So I will let you gentlemen start. As I was told, it is a discussion for the public to be informed as to what is happening as you raise or as the age of consent is raised. I don't want to say as you raise because I don't want anybody to say it's the two of you that made it go up.
Yeah, basically the intention is to inform the public of the ministry's intention to raise the age of consent from 16 to 18. Okay. I know it's already out there. I know people are already starting expressing their views and their opinion. So we really are open to that and welcome to that. So that's one of the reasons why we're here too, and to share why we think that the age should go up to 18 and to also listen to people's input and see how we could move forward with this. Because we want the general public to be aware, we want them to know. And we want them to also know that we are aware of the challenges that might come with it, some of the backlashes. So we are totally aware, yes.
Okay. So before I move to Jalen, you said the backlash. You said it's out there already. And I think I heard a bit of it in a supermarket last night, the discussion. So what have you been hearing so far, and why is it a big deal that it is risen? I think, from my opinion, this is me, I think that's a good and a grand gesture. I prefer it to be up there than where it was before.
Yeah, we are in support of your point. We are all in support of it for a number of reasons. One, 18 is the legal age where you're considered to be an adult. So to have sex at 16 is basically saying that you're carrying a level of responsibility that we think should be with an adult and not at the age of 16.
Yeah.
For example, this is one of the challenge we're having presently with the age of consent. A father would come and say that they have to support their 16-year-old, right? Because they're 16, they're still a child, right? What if that 16-year-old get pregnant? Who supports that child? How the 16-year-old maintains that child?
One might say the father of the child.
Exactly. Yeah. And fathers have challenges with that. The actual father of the 16-year-old I meant.
Oh, no, I don't expect Daddy to still support her.
Exactly.
The father of the child that she fathered.
Okay, but what if that same father is 16 years old?
He fathered.
What if that same father is 16 years old? How do they support that child? Because they're still going to school.
I get it. I see where you're going.
They're not working.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying that basically children can raise children.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying that children can't raise children.
And that's how it is. That's how it is right now. We're saying that a child could raise a child. Basically, that's what the law is really saying.
A child could raise a child.
Yeah, because you can give consent, so you can have a child at 16.
Yeah, I feel like a bit of the backlash, because Scanaipa has been involved in this project, and we'll talk about it a bit. But a bit of the backlash, I feel like it's because, it's sex. One, the topic of sex is always controversial, as well as I feel as if people looking at it from a control perspective, in terms of that they feel the government is trying to control what we're doing and those kind of things basically. But from conversations with with the PS, like, especially last night, because we was on Youth Beat on Freedom FM, and she spoke about the background, and basically from what I'm hearing, the ministry is trying to protect young children under the age of 18 from predatory behavior. Yeah. So it's not necessarily about changing the how should I say criminalizing? Not say criminalizing, but the relations between children, because from what I'm hearing from the ministry is that it's expected that there will be exploration amongst their peers basically, but what they're doing is protecting from the older men, the older women from preying on the younger boys and the younger girls basically. So for me, as I said, like, the biggest backlash is really about control. And also another conversation is persons are saying that what about strengthening laws in terms of sex offenders and those kind of things. People feel as if that even though they increase the age from 16 to 18 is just a number basically, that there will be no sort of change and there's other things to focus on. So those are some of the conversations that persons are having, and I think that we launched this conversation about a week ago, and when the poster went out, like, there was a lot of comments. A lot of people are in support because there is a concern in terms of the predatory behavior, and so a lot of people are in support of it. But there are still those persons who feel as if that there's more that can be done outside of increasing the age from 16 to 18. And I was just having a conversation with my colleague over on the side by saying that for me, how I am in support of it in terms of that you could bring it into harmonization where you can vote. You can't vote until you're 18, but you can make a choice to have sex, basically. So for me, it's like bringing it on the one age, so that you say, okay, this is when you're recognized as an adult, and you're able to make certain decisions. Because to make the decision to have sex is also a big decision as well.
Yeah,
so.
caller.
Okay, caller, go ahead for the gentleman in studio. Remember, please stay on topic.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. You don't have to tell me that. I know.
Oh,
good morning.
Sorry,
guys.
I didn't know it was you,
Welcome
ma'am.
back, please. Welcome back. No, okay. I'm listening to your guest, right? And I think it's a good idea to raise the age, yes. But I have a question. Okay. You mentioned about protecting the young people from predatory sex offenders. We heard of cases where people have been offended, young girls have been offended even by some, as we said, politicians, and things that sweep under the rug. What if a young person now want to come and say, this person did me this when I was small? Can that person still be prosecuted? Is there a limit? Do y'all have a limit in saying it's on, sometimes they say, oh, you've passed the statutory limit or whatever?
No, there's no limit. That person can still come and get that person go through the justice system.
And that is a good input by the caller, because in terms of what the other individual was saying in terms of making it balanced, people's concern have always been when certain people in high places do these things, if they get prosecuted. That is the problem.
Right, it gets swept under the rug. You just hear the talk and then it disappears, nothing happens. Especially if the parents kind of shut it down. But when the child gets a certain age to an adult now and they decide they want to press charges, I want to know, can that still happen?
Well, my understanding
I'll
is that
continue to listen.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Cleo.
once the offense is committed, right, the police or the DPP has an obligation to ensure that justice is served.
Right.
Straight. One of our biggest challenge I've seen in my experience is that we don't reinforce our laws here. There's a lot of laws that we should act on and we don't act on. We don't reinforce. For example, the drinking age is 18.
Yeah.
And you will see a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old in the street during carnival having an alcohol. Exactly. So we need to do better at reinforcing our laws.
Yeah, and I feel that that's the going back to what I was saying in terms of that person's concerns about, not trying to, I know we're discussing, the conversation, that persons feel as if that there's other things to focus on, basically. And, as you said, there's an issue with enforcement. So I hope that, as we continue these conversations, that we can capture as much information from persons. So I'm encouraging persons who are listening, whether on your phone or wherever you're listening, to call in or to leave a comment in terms of this topic, because it's a proposal. It's nothing in terms of that this is changing or anything, but we want to hear as
So
much.
it's not changing as yet?
It's not changing as yet.
So it's still, the legal age is still 16?
Correct.
Yeah, presently.
Wow.
Well, I'm kind of glad you said that, because it's a good initiative, and I think it should change. I'm a father. I have 5 children. I've got 2 daughters. You understand? I went through all the ramifications of child support and being dragged into court and being, at one instance, I was taken from right here at WinFM right over to the prison. You understand? These are the things that fathers go through, and we as fathers, I try to say to the mothers, I try to say to my children mothers, look, I'm in a position right now where I'm having a bit of a financial constraint. Work with me. Don't tell them that. You understand? They understand you're in a compromising position, and they use it. And here's the thing. When I was saying that to my children's mother when they were under the age where I was supposed to support them, and I said, give me a break, I love my kids. Now my children, all of them are out of support, but I'm still helping them. So you see, mothers need to understand that there are good fathers out there who are trying, and work with them. So I think this is a good initiative in terms of protecting those who are underage, and it should be implemented sooner than later.
Well, there's the whole legislative process.
Yes, I know that.
Because they have to go to Parliament to be able to change legislation. So what the ministry is trying to do is to capture as much feedback and, just to have the conversation out there. Because it's something that doesn't just impact young people, but it impacts everybody, because sex impacts everybody. So, it's... I know you want it to happen as soon as possible, but it's a process basically in terms of how.
When I say soon as possible, I mean whenever you can implement it. I don't mean you have to rush it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You understand?
One of the feedback I would have received also is that people think that there needs to be more severe penalties for the perpetrators of this act as well. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yes, there should be, but the fact that a 16-year-old is going to engage with someone that's 25, 30, do you think that person would have been a predator, or the fact that that person could engage, that they engage that person? How does one deal with something like that?
Well, actually, at yesterday's conversation, the PS spoke about this Romeo and Juliet clause in terms of that there's a period between, it's 3 years? Yes, so even though you could be like 20, around there?
16 and 19, like a 16 and 19,
That ain't
17
too bad,
or 20.
But 25, it's,
pushing it.
Yeah.
Pushing
But
it.
then what if the person, because they're legal to do or to have sex, they could have it with whomever they want?
Meaning the 25-year-old?
Or the 30 or the 50 or the 40.
They can have it with whoever they want?
No, unless you're 16, they can't have it with anyone.
That's what I'm saying. The 16-year-old, not anybody under 16. Let's stick on the legal age, right? So a 16-year-old can choose to be in love with someone that's all the way up to the 50s or more, right?
Correct.
Because it's beneficial for them. You understand, right?
Correct, yeah.
So
Yeah, but I mean, I think also behind of this as well too is in terms of the development period as well too. Because even after you're 18, there are just some like indicators. It's okay, all right, you're reaching adulthood, but still, you're still developing. So even at the age of 16, can you really make a decision in terms of...
How about 21?
Huh?
How about 21?
How about increasing it to 21?
Yeah.
But you see that's another conversation.
Because you're still a teenager, you're still, as you rightfully say, you're not emotionally mature. Some people are, right?
Right,
So
some people
not
are.
everybody, but you're still not emotionally mature. Well, you want a child so early? Because most of the people, young people that have sex end up with children.
Yes.
Most of them.
And some would say that you're not mature enough until 25. You're saying 21, but goes
I'm
up
just
to
pushing it to
25.
the legal age for things. Okay.
So it really could be up to 25.
Okay.
And one of the things I need to mention is that a father can support a child, even a child is over 18, as long as that child is in school doing some education. So it could goes up to 25. Yes.
The father support man?
Yeah. Well,
legal
father or
or
mother. Father or mother. Let me
Okay,
say
so
that. Father or
legal
mother.
or he just wants to chip in?
No, legally.
Oh, okay.
Legally, yes.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until
Yes,
last
similar
night.
people to have our parents. Wow, I never knew that. But oh boy. So this is a lot to take in, and I know for somebody that's listening, they're gonna say, "But why do you want to change it for somebody that's already in?" It should have never been 16 in the first place. This is just my personal opinion. That's too young.
Yeah.
We just barely passed 15. That's too young, man.
Yeah.
You're still in school.
Again, for that last conversation with the peers, she spoke about that as well too, in terms of the history behind of it, and it basically came from the colonial era.
Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yes, good day to everybody. Now, I'm going to take a different view, and it's going to be very vexing. And the view is this. As a Christian, I believe in doing things the Bible way. I do not see anywhere in the Bible this age of consent thing. I do not see that. And God gave instructions to government as to their duties and responsibilities and implementing the age of consent, I ain't see it there in the Bible. Now, what I do see in the Bible is that no sex before marriage. That is what I do see in the Bible. No sex before marriage. And the age of consenting gives people the wrong impression that that once you reach a certain age, it is okay for you to have sex. And the Bible says no fornicator or adulterer will enter into the kingdom of heaven. So the Bible thing really is not any age of consent, but rather no sex before marriage. And the parents, the family, is to protect the younger members of their family. This is the Bible way to go, and the only right and proper way to go, because it is the Bible way to go. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for your
I'm
comment.
glad that he spoke about that as well too, because we're speaking about the age of consent, but also a part of the proposal is the age of marriage as well too, because I think currently it's
16, so you could get married at 16
with your parents' consent.
Consent, correct.
So,
oh boy.
I think the proposal is to increase it to 18.
Yes, that would be increased too, to align everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know, how did this collaboration with Sniper and the Social Services Department happen?
Okay, so how this happened was we were approached by the minister, Honorable Iceline, because what she wanted was basically to get, because this is impacting young people, she wanted youth voices to be dialoguing and controlling the conversation as well too, and being able to get those feedbacks. So she approached us in terms of, hey, we'd like you guys to be a part of this. You guys are leading the conversation in terms of the engagement, in terms of getting the resources together, and the ministry will provide support in terms of financially, in terms of human resources, etc. Right? So this would have started late last year, roughly about late last year, and we just started our activation in terms of the engagement. So a big part of this conversation is in relation to going to the radio stations. So this week we've planned several radio appearances. So we went on Youth Beat yesterday evening. Today we are on Island T. Tomorrow we're going to be in the city with Shaq, getting feedback as well.
I was just going to ask about
that.
Yeah, so glad to know. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be from ministry official, and we're going to have real conversations about it to capture as much perspectives. Next week, we are supposed to go to the schools just to speak to some of the students to hear their perspectives as well too. We've also sent out a survey, a poll as well too, where you can just give your feedback as well. And then
caller, we're coming to you.
Oh, yes, a caller.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there, at the end of this month, we're going to have a town hall where anybody can come, and there's going to be a panel with various experts, legal experts, etc., to basically to hear from the general public in terms of what their thoughts are.
Do you have a place and date for the town hall as yet?
Yes,
before
we
get
do.
to the
We do have. It's going to be at the Solid Waste Conference Room on the 31st of March, which is a Tuesday at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay.
And all are invited. Sorry.
I know everybody gonna go. This is a serious thing. Caller, go ahead. Please stay on
Good
top.
morning. Good morning, Cortencia. Good morning, to guest. My perspective pertaining to the social service. Hope I'm using the actual correct term. I don't know how wide you guys' portfolio goes in terms of social service. I'm looking to social service in general. But I'm not going to elaborate on the sexual interaction. But when, I must say, when the government will have social service lead to like pantries to help the less fortunate. No, it's not everyone who can go into the Rams and the Best Buy and etc. to purchase the price as.
Mr. Welcome, you're off topic. I understand you want to talk to social services about that, but we're talking about raising the age of consent.
I understand that, but if you all are diverse, I will go beyond that. If you don't want me to speak about that, I will leave it there.
It's not that I don't want you to speak about it, but we have a limited time. So we just wanted to stay on topic to get your views, because as the gentleman would have said, they're listening, collecting views in anticipation of maybe one day this law being enacted. All right. Continue, John.
Yes, so I was saying, so we have the town hall on the 31st of March, and it's open to everybody to come to interact, to hear, to share their perspectives on it, because as I was saying, from the ministry perspective, that it's an all society situation, and the ministry just wants to get as much feedback, as much conversation surrounding it, so that when the legislation does happen to come to Parliament, that it's all encompassing, basically. Outside of that as well, too, I know that the caller before, he expressed religious views as well. We do have intentions to engage with the churches as well. Not in this period, because this is the Lent period, so we are allowing them the time to practice.
Do one thing.
Yeah, but we will be coming to the churches as well, because this is also, aiming on the lines of religion and those kind of things. So we're going to have those conversations, but we haven't planned it out as yet. But that will be another aspect coming down later than in April. So Sniper, we're just here as collaborators with the ministry. It is also a part of our way of getting out into the community as well, too, expanding our reach, to have conversations like this, so that our Skinaparians can be well versed on several issues. So with radio, you're going to see different Skinaparians come on and those kind of things, leading the conversation, basically. For those persons who don't know Skinapa, it's the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association. I'm the president of Skinapa, Jalen Manzak. I don't know if I introduced myself. We've been around for 24 years, and we represent the youth voice. Usually we do our youth parliament sittings. This time around, we are engaging with the Ministry of Social Protection, et al., in terms of the age of consent and hearing your views. So if you do see any of our Skinaparians, and if you're looking at me on the live, I have on my green shirt, we're going to have on our green shirt. Feel free to ask us any questions as well, too, and we'll be happy to respond.
Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T, and please.
Good morning, Catencia and your guest.
Hey, good morning, Jam Down.
Catencia,
hey.
I would like to weigh in on this,
Okay, go
because
ahead.
what we see in here is a lot of single parents, and then understand what's going on. What we want, Catencia, is the age of consent to raise back to 21. You have to do that when it comes to that deal. You got a lot of vulnerable young little girls just, all over, man, and people taking advantage of them. I jam down poor people defender is saying the age of have a good evening, Cotencio. We love you.
Thank you, Chamdo.
I mean, as he spoke, I thought came to mind because in terms of vulnerability, because we have children who might be 18 years old. We have somebody who might be 18-year-old, and because of their intellectual disability, what the case may be, they might be functioning as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? And so I started thinking about maybe even a 20-year-old who maybe be functioning as a 10-year-old. You know, people can tend to
take advantage.
Good. So the whole idea is we have to protect our children, and all those things need to be considered when we are making the necessary adjustments to the laws.
Okay. So, gentlemen, we have just about a few seconds before we break for our next guest at 9:30. Any closing thoughts and any handles that we can and numbers that we can reach you on for persons who may have questions and want to continue this discussion further? As you mentioned, the town hall on the 31st at the Solid Waste Conference Room. You can remind them about the time of that, because I know you're going to have a good attendance.
Yeah, we're going to have a good attendance. All right, so I'll go first. Just want to say thank you to the listening audience. Thank you to WinFM as well, too, for having us here. As I said, I'm from the St. Kitts.
Before you do, let's see if we can squeeze in this final call.
Okay.
Please, caller, be very brief.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This thing what I'm talking about, you know, you have some parents too. They like to sell out the children them to elder man. So I got to look into them and deal with them parents too. And next thing, if I ask her 17 years and she go with a boyfriend the same age, you know, what am I going to do with that? I could see the elder man, you know, the little girl wait, but when they're about the same age, I'm going to have a very hard time, you know? So that's why I had to look into it. I can't take up the young man and send them in prison, and then got the young girl outside going to do the same thing. Because when you see them crying about them, you have to do it.
We're out of time, so.
Okay then, all right.
All right, thank you for your contribution, caller, but I think the gentleman got the gist of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So also, thank you to everybody. As you're saying, we are collaborating with the Ministry of Social Protection, this St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, in relation to the age of consent, proposal to increase the age of consent to 18, as well as the age of marriage. And we're just asking persons to just share your perspectives. We are across various platforms, from social media, from the Skinniper end. Our handles are at Skinniper. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as we have our contact where you could reach out to us, 665-4250. And we have the town hall, which is going to be at the Solid Waste Conference Room on Tuesday, 31st March at 6 p.m. And it's an opportunity for you to share even more perspectives on this whole issue, and so that it can be incorporated into the ministry's legislation when it does come. So we're just asking again for your feedback on it. Don't shy away. You know, any feedback is necessary once it's respectful, of course. So thank you once again.
Okay.
Aaron?
Yes, thank you for having us. For contact information for the ministry, 467-1275, 467-1275. You can also go on the ministry's Facebook page, Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs. There's a poll on it, as well as the discussion surrounding the whole consent. So we want people to feel free to express their views. We want their views, we welcome their views. We're taking a holistic approach to this thing, and not just being dictators and saying, oh, we're going to change it and that's it, and we don't care what other people say. So feel free to share your views and welcome them all.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. The pleasure was ours. Stay tuned for our next interview with the lottery.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
Come Build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Tire treads gone? Going bald? Don't let this be you. It's time for new tires from TDC Automotive. As the month rolls along, buy 2 or more tires and get 20% off your purchase. Get more savings and safer driving for the roads ahead. Visit TDC Automotive today at Southwell Industrial Estate in St. Kitts or Penny's Industrial Estate Nevis. TDC Automotive, #1 for a reason. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while stocks last.
We run things, things are on we. Buster, Buster. Living color, do it differently. Buster, Buster. Not an in charge, like for the party. Buster, Buster. We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste. Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster.
And you're in tune to WinFM 98.9, and welcome back. And we have with us someone associated with the lottery. I won't tell you who he is. I'll let him introduce himself to you and go right into his discussion for today. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Island Tea and WinFM.
All right, good morning. My name is Chad Kelly, and I'm responsible for business operations for the Caribbean Lottery. So we're here to talk lottery today.
Yes, we're here to talk Well, a lot of people are going to be excited because people seem to have the lottery fever, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm holding WinFM to the name of this show. I need my tea next time I come. All right, I need my tea.
Well, I think I'm going to have to convey that to Hortensio when she gets here so that she can live up to you getting your tea.
You know what I mean? Very much like the lottery, you know what I mean? If you win, you're guaranteed your money. You know what I mean? So when I come, I want my tea. But yeah, man, we actually, this is the first week, we're launching a brand new game. We've launched a brand new game. Sunday was the first day. It's called Payday. It's literally a payday.
Okay.
And so payday is, it's $2 to play. It's $2 to play. I'm going to get into the winning details as I go along, but I want to give some specifics about the game. It's $2 to play the game. $2 easy, by the way, folks. $2 easy to play. The game draws every day at 7:30, and it's 4 numbers. 4 numbers between 1 and 35, and then there's a cash ball. The cash ball is between 1 and 6. Between 1 and 6. If you get all 4 numbers and the cash ball, you win $2,000 per month for 5 years. Yes, you did not hear me incorrectly. $2,000 a month for 5 years. Now, if you get 4 numbers without the cash ball, you get $1,000 per month for a year. So the game is literally, as you hear it, a payday. You play this game, you secure a payday for an entire year if you just get four of the numbers without the cash ball. But if you get all 4 numbers and the cash ball, you get $2,000 every month for 5 years. I don't think you're gonna get anything better than this.
Sorry, I just had to step away for a second there. But so Sunday you said was the first.
Yep.
For the release of this. Today is what? Sunday,
Today is Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How has the feedback been?
Oh man, folks been excited about the game. Honestly, we've had a lot of interactions. Folks been coming to the stores, calling, want to know more about the game because I think there's a bit of, folks find it hard to believe that they'll win $2,000 a month for 5 years just by playing $2. But that's the lottery. It's chances to win.
And especially in these times, people want that money. That money can do a lot.
So money make the mule go. So, and really and truly, what we're seeing as well is a lot of engagement from younger folks as well. Historically, you might find more mature individuals play the lottery, but we find that this game is really garnering interest around that younger demographic, which is really good because there are opportunities to win. The game doesn't have, it's not pick 4 numbers between 1 to 100. It's between 1 and 35. So, but if you don't, let's say you don't win 4 numbers or you don't win all the annuity payment, because this game is an annuity. It's not a jackpot game, it's an annuity payment. So if you
explain annuity for the people.
Awesome. So an annuity payment is a set payment that you get over a period of time. And so that's what the game is. So if, let's say, it's not like a jackpot that, you might keep climbing, or if you win, you have to share that jackpot with somebody else. If 2 people get the same numbers, that's how jackpot games work. Annuity is different. You actually get the number, you win, you get a set payment for a set period of time.
And a lot of people like that because they think that it not only helped them over the long term, but they like to know that they have that sort of a backup as security.
Security.
To know when the month, I don't have to worry, I know X amount of money. So that's a good initiative.
You said a keyword there, security.
Yeah.
Because $2,000 a month does add to a sense of security.
Yes.
Maybe you want to save or pay it to a bill. It's entirely up to you what you'll do with your winnings. However, with this game, you win $2,000 a month. What we just, part of the process, of course, is that you name a beneficiary. You know what I mean? In the event something happens, there's a beneficiary that could, you know what I mean, receive those funds, and they don't, you know, go in limbo and all of that stuff. So we ensure that is secured, our winners. And one of the things that I always touch on whenever I do radio interviews is we protect your anonymity.
Yeah.
You know, we don't put your faces out there.
That's a good thing too, because not everyone wants their face out there, because sometimes when your face go out there, people target you.
Correct.
You get relatives.
We understand the times. You know, I'll sum it up in that one statement. You know, we understand the times. And so, you know, we protect your anonymity, you know, even though, like, we may have somebody take a photo with the check. Mm-hmm. We don't ever put your full name on the check. Yeah. It's just initials. And there are many people in St. Kitts with CK. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and we block out the face completely,
okay,
any identifying features.
Let me clarify that, because I'm glad you said that, because it then means that as long as the lottery is secure into you're the one who won and blah, 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 and they have all the information, they don't feel the public needs to know all of that.
No.
And that is good, because a lot of people, was their
It's a concern for individuals.
Yeah.
You're in fact correct. That is a concern for individuals. So if you're listening, understand your name, your identity will never be made public if you win, whether you win $1 or you win $2,000 or you win $200,000. Because we have winners who win that kind of money. Let's be real. You know what I mean? I've seen people win as much as $300,000+. I'm talking single individual.
Wow.
And so we protect your identity and all that stuff. So you need not worry about that. Yes, you can play. You don't have to worry about your identity being revealed to anyone or even any public entity.
Yeah.
The only reporting we're responsible for is to report to the regulators. And that information isn't required unless there's, you know, something like that, you know, a sanction hit. But petty, guys, hitting back petty again. The game is $2 to play. We it draws every day at every night at 7:30.
Let's look at the $2.
Okay.
Because I'm a man, and you know how men tend to spend. We're kind of different to women.
True.
You know, women tend to look at this and look at that. We men, if we want it, we go and we spend.
And we get
a
it.
lot of times when I spend, I look back and I see where a lot of money sort of dropped into a black hole, and I say, what is that? So what is $2 out of that? You know, because you know where it's going to, and you know the potential of it. So
Facts.
that is why $2 is. Don't look at it as any bit of a strain, because we men I'm not knocking the women, okay, but I'm saying we as men, we just spend money casually in a sort of a way. So what is $2 when you can win $2,000
per month for 5 years?
You understand?
You know what I mean? And $2 is a sweet spot. And one of the things, even with this game, really and truly, if you can bet as far as 21 draws out. So if you wanted to bet for the entire month, 2 times 21, that's what, $42? Yeah, that's $42. If you wanted to bet for the entire month and just cool, man, you can go ahead and do that. For $42, you place your bet for the month, and you're good. You know, but even if you don't get, let's say you don't get the 4 numbers and the cash ball, or 4 numbers by itself, you know, we also reward, you get 3 out the 4 numbers, or 2 out the 4 numbers. You know, there's a little something we still get for that.
Incentives.
Yes, so you get an opportunity to, you know what I mean, hey man, play again.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a function in the game called a multiplier. So, and the multiplier is by ticket, it's not by the draw. So every ticket has a multiplier. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. So let's say you buy your ticket, and you have a multiplier of 10, and you only got $2 out, 2 numbers out the 5 numbers.
Yeah.
Man, and you have a multiplier of 10, that's $20. If you had 3 numbers, that's $150. So the multiplier actually helps to pay you back something still, even though you don't get the numbers that will award you the annuity payment.
So in a sense, you can say the lottery has looked at all of the different aspects.
Oh, certainly.
Where people can get some sort of input, an initiative, something that butters you up to
Man,
say,
we
look.
take care of you. you don't got to say this, you know, the gift that keeps on giving. You know what I mean? This is the game that keeps on paying.
Okay.
And it pays for a while. But, you know, while we're on the subject of paying, you know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about just payments that we've done, you know, winner awareness. And because there's a notion sometimes folks thinks people don't win. And that is certainly not true. And the lottery is just not Super Lotto that we hear
Will
about.
you take calls? Will you take calls?
Oh, certainly, man.
Because,
For sure.
Hello, caller.
Yes, good day.
Good day.
Now, yes, now I have said on Win FM, I do play the lottery, okay? And I find arguments against gambling to be very inconsistent. And I am a Christian and I do play the lottery.
Okay.
No, yes, and I've gotten licks on it on Win FM for saying that. Now, let me ask you a question. I've asked a question before, but I'm going to ask again. Is there any plan to be offering tickets online?
There definitely are plans. There definitely are plans. That's a different level of regulation. And so the lottery cannot move forward without the regulation. So there's definitely plans for that, but we can't move ahead of the regulation. And we're part of the biggest gaming company globally. It's called Bright Star Lottery. And so we also have to get, everything has to be aligned from top down for us to execute, because the Caribbean Lottery is a multi-jurisdiction entity, whereas St. Kitts, Anguilla, USVI, St. Martin. So whatever is done in one territory is done across all. So it's an investment. It's a lot of research to be done, but I can guarantee you that that's definitely a strong consideration for us.
So you see that has been in the near future or maybe distant future?
I can't place a timeline on it because there are a lot of other initiatives and areas of interest for the lottery. But what I can assure you that is definitely an area of serious interest for us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure, man, no worries.
Yeah, so you can get back. You were speaking about payouts.
Oh, yeah, man, folks, feel free to call. We're open to calls. I want folks to have as much information as they can get. But in our portfolio this is the newest game to be added to our portfolio. Of course, you probably know about Scratch. Everybody know about Super Lotto. Super Lotto, that's the one, it starts at 4 million and climbs every week. There's Lucky Pick, of course.
Have anyone really won that?
Oh, well, we've never had a jackpot winner locally, but within Super Lotto there are prizes to be won. It's not only the jackpot. So actually this month we had somebody win the Super Lotto is 5 numbers and a cash ball, and we had someone got 5 numbers without the cash ball this month, and that's a $20,000 payment. Just last week we had actually a winner who got the 5 numbers and we paid them the $20,000.
Wow.
But that's Super Lotto. Lucky Pick, that is Lucky Pick starts at $90,000. It's $3.50 to play that game. We've had 6 winners last year. Already for the year, we actually had a winner. Somebody, from the good area of Sandy Point won $177,000. All locals, man. I would never speak of winnings outside of St. Kitts. Nah. Yeah. No, I don't want to be devious in that way. No. Like locally in 2025, we paid out over $4 million right here in St. Kitts. Wow. Yeah, I got like $4 million right here in St. Kitts.
Wow.
Pick 4 is our biggest game locally. Folks love Pick 4. It's any 4 numbers between 1 and 10. And that game, we paid out $1.8 million last year. Almost $1.9 million, actually, to be quite honest. So there's a lot. Even our Scratch category, the Scratch category paid out, $700,000 last year alone. So there are a lot of monies that paid out locally. Folks just don't mention when they win. Nobody wants people to know when they win. Yeah. So, we make it a point of interest to ensure that folks know people are winning, and there's a multiplicity of games within our portfolio.
Okay, in terms of the things that you all implement, how do you all come up with ideas? For instance, this is a new game, right? Payday. What drives you to say, well, okay, with all that we're giving, we're going to come with something else, and it seems to get better. So
a lot of our choices are driven by the customer.
Okay.
So we do intensive research, extensive research, to ensure that what we are offering the customer is something that they want. You don't want to choose for your customer. And so this is something that has been backed by research across different markets, including St. Kitts, to see how would people feel about an annuity payment, getting an extra $2,000 every month. And the research support the initiative, which is why we invested the funds to go and create this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I said, because I've scrutinized different lotteries at different times around the world, and I remember at one point coming up to this annuity. What do you call it again?
It's an annuity game. The game is called Pede. So
Yeah.
just use the name. Let's say Pede.
Yeah. Well, what I realize is that a lot of people around the world are saying they like this annuity thing because because of the security over
Facts.
time. So yeah, I like that initiative, and I like that you all do research. I like when you say we give what the customers want because we feel the vibes of the customer. That is good because it then means that the customers are the ones who are dictating
Facts.
the way.
Because really and truly, at the end of the day, while lottery is a business, however, we meet the need of a customer. And if we're not meeting the need, then we're really not doing. We're missing the point. And so we try to ensure that whatever we do within our games, within our portfolio, it's always backed by research. And that's one of the things that you can be certain of. So and the lottery definitely is into ensuring that our players have the best experience, that we have games that they enjoy playing and games that they're going to win at. So, the odds are not crazy odds where people can't win. That is definitely not the case, which is, I like to mention Lucky Pick because that's a jackpot game that hits in sync. It's pretty often. As I said, we had 6 winners last year. Everybody won over $100,000. Only one person won under $100,000, but didn't do too bad. Won 96. Because 96,000 is very good on any day. You know what I mean? Any day. But Pick 4 is a favorite. We have a lot of folks win really, really, really good money on Pick 4. We've paid out quite a bit already for the year already.
For the year?
For the year, oh yeah, man, certainly. In Q1 alone, we've paid out quite a sum of winners. I've seen prizes north of 20,000 already for the year. So I'm telling you, folks are winning. It's just the reason why people keep playing, because people are winning. And when you win, it's encouraging. I just want to give a shout out to a game called Caribbean Numbers because it's not one of the most popular games. However, this game is $1 to play, and you can win as much as $20,000 from that dollar. It's 3 numbers between 1 and 99, but you can win up to $20,000 on that game.
And you say 3 numbers between 1 and 99. For instance, example, if I pick 15, that's a number?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. So 15, 77, and 2, any 3 numbers. And this game is so cool because whatever, and like all of our games, all of our numbers games, because we have a numbers category. Within a numbers category, you find Pick 3, Pick 4, Caribbean Numbers. These games, if you increase your wager, we double the payment. So, for instance, Caribbean Numbers, if you play that game and you bet $20, we'll have to pay you $400,000. And you were to hit it, we'd have to pay you $400,000. So we have really, really good games within our portfolio. I always tell folks, everybody has their favorite. You play Pick 4, great. Play a jackpot game as well. Cover yourself. But Pede, definitely get in on Pede because, $2,000 a month, man, that's good money.
That's good. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to kind of put in a synopsis now, everything to do with this Pede, why you came up with it, the feedback you've been getting, and the projections for the future.
Okay, so the game, as I said, the game really came out of, it was birthed out of research, finding out what players like. A lot of players like jackpot, they like numbers, but people also like security. Because, jackpot games, it's a big sum. But, there are certain odds built into a jackpot game. However, with a game like Pede, it secures a payment over a good period of time. And so that level of security, I think, was definitely an area of interest for players. And so the game, really and truly, we want to build the game. It's new. We want to build the game, put it out there as much as possible. And it's here to stay. It's not a seasonal game. It's here to stay. It's part of the lottery family now within our portfolio. So we're bringing awareness to the game to ensure the market is aware of it. the market can benefit from playing the game as well. And, we continue to do research and do other things with there. Like, there are more things coming.
Let me ask you a question. This is just from my imagination.
Oh, certainly.
You're doing this now, and it's for 5 years. But let's say it's good and it's showing more potential. This is just a hypothetical. Could you see this maybe down the line being for 10 years?
Oh, but let me. If you're talking about the annuity,
security.
so this is it. Remember, if you win today, right? Let's say you win today. That doesn't stop you from playing tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad.
It doesn't stop you from playing tomorrow. So if you were to win today, right, and you decide I'm gonna play next week, and you win again next week, we still have to give you another annuity for that win.
So that
correct.
Sums it all
It doesn't, man. You can play this game from now till thy kingdom come. If you win 100 times, we have to pay an annuity for every time you've won.
Wow.
So
that makes it even more interesting.
Correct. You know what I mean? You don't have to stop. Like just like how people play the lotto every week, you can play this game every day. You actually can play this game every day. And as frequent as you win, we pay.
Okay.
So no, you're not locked into the 5 years. Is just the period of the annuity, the period of where we'll pay you that $2,000 every month for 5 years. But you're not locked into that. You can continue playing the game to secure more. You know what I mean?
I'm sure a lot of people feel enthused to hear that.
Oh man, I tell you, it's getting really good interest, which is why we're ensuring that we boost up the media coverage on it to ensure that folks know of the game and can take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, sir, kind sir, it has been a pleasure having you, and you're very good at projecting what you all are part of, and so I'm saying to you, don't be a stranger.
No, certainly not. Certainly not. I
enjoy sitting down and looking at you across there, and you explaining all these things that could be financially beneficial to individuals.
Certainly. And just to give a little more one-two before we go, just remember to play the Caribbean Lottery games, you must be 21 years or older to play. That is a statutory law. So you must be 21 years or over to play. And our information is also available on our website, CaribbeanLottery.com. And you also can find us on Instagram, Caribbean Lottery on Instagram as well.
You have another caller. Hello, caller.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, it's same caller, but I just want to make sure I heard correctly. You said this peddling is going to begin Sunday coming?
No, it started Sunday. So it's available right now.
Yeah. Oh, Sunday gone?
Yes, it started on the 15th.
Okay. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome, man. No worries.
Yeah, so that Christian is going to be...
Stop it. Stop it. That player.
I'm just, he knows me, so I'm just putting him there. Yeah, so it has been a pleasure. Anything final before you go? But it has been a pleasure. And we look forward to having you, explaining, because I love the way you explain.
Of course, man. We will be back. There's always something new. We have promotions. So there's always something new that we're doing for the benefit of our customers. And of course, go and find... Our games are available at every Caribbean Lottery outlet island-wide.
Okay, so there you had it, folks. The new game, Payday. Make sure you go and be a part of it because it gives you long-term financial benefits.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or dealing a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Tire treads gone? Going bald? Don't let this be you. It's time for new tires from TDC Automotive. As the month rolls along, buy 2 or more tires and get 20% off your purchase. Get more savings and safer driving for the roads ahead. Visit TDC Automotive today at Southwell Industrial Estate in St. Kitts or Penny's Industrial Estate Nevis. TDC Automotive, #1 for a reason. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while stocks last.
We run things, things are on we. Buster, Buster. Living color, do it differently. Buster, Buster. Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster, Buster. We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste. Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster.
And welcome back to time. Well, not welcome back. Welcome back, but we've come to the end of another presentation of Island Tea for today, my first day back. I thought my first day back would have been more mild, but seems as if there's a lot happening, and we're going to see how these things play out over time. It has been a pleasure being back. Thanks to those of you who stayed ardent to Island Tea. I'm not going to be a fixture for Island Tea indefinitely. Over time, you will find I'm going to have to phase out and others will phase in. But for the time that I'm here, I do enjoy your interactions and your company, and keep it just that way. Do take care.
Found the sound 98.9 WINFM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.